Welcome to the Python Learn Together, Code Together. Now we will see how to add or remove or sort the elements in the numpy. Okay, it is not just in Python. We are going to use that numpy module. In that we are going to see how to delete some of the elements, or how to add, that means concatenate the two arrays, or even how to sort that in a specific order. Okay. For that, first of all, I'm going to open my Python interpreter, and before that I'm going to tell you something. If we already learned how to create the arrays of zeros or ones. For example, if I type x equals to first of all I need to import this numpy, import numpy, import numpy as np, and I need to tell np x equals to np dot zeros, or np dot zeros. Okay, zeros or ones we can use. We will just use ones. Okay, np dot ones, and here I need to specify how many elements I need. For example, if I type 4, then we can see now if you check the value of x, then here array 1 1 1 1, but you can see the point is there. That means the default, it will going to take this as a floating point. That means the float data type. We can see here if I just type np dot zeros, zeros of 6, I'm going to 5. Okay, now if I check the value of x, then you can see 0 0.0. It is default, it will going to take this as a float. But what if you want something like only 1 1 1 1, that is integer, not in the float? Then we can do that by using the specifying the data type, which data type we want, that we need to specify. For example, okay, here I'm going to this is not the only this, that means np is our module. Okay, here zeros is the function. This function is not going to take only one parameter. It will going to take some more parameter. For example, np comma, and here I need to specify the data type, which data type. Default, it will going to take that as a floating point. But if I tell like d type, okay, it is called as the d type. D type equals to integer. Okay, I'm just giving that in I, then we will check. Now if I check the value of x, then you can see it is 0 0 0 0 0. D type equals to int 32. That means now we can see it, we are get only 0. That means it is in an int data type. So now if you want float, that means it will take a default as float. But if you want the float, then we can just make use of f or double, like that. Now if I check the value of x, it is 0 0. D type is equals to float 32. Or else even we can use another technique in order to do that. That is now np dot here I have once. Okay, I'm going to define this as once now. Once, and here instead of if we just type 5, then you can check the value of x, it's 1 point. Now by using another method, means what I'm going to do means here just put one comma, and d type. Okay, d type equals to np dot, and here we need to type the specific data type. Here we use just one letter. That means from the letter it is going to consider the which data type is. That means if I put I, then it is going to take integer. Or else by using this technique we can we only telling the complete data type, like np dot int 32. np dot int 32, I need to tell like this. Then if we check the value of x, it is 1 1 1 1. But here we are not getting here comma d type equals to int 32. That we are not getting. We are just getting the array which consists of only these elements, and we are not getting this one. Okay, by using this technique, that means by specifying like np dot int 32, what we are doing means this is not giving like this. This we can it is not displaying this. That means this array is not going to contain that data type. Okay, for example, now if I want to x in float, then I can just make use of like float float 32. Then if I click the enter, now we can see the x is 1 point, and d type equals to float 32. Yeah, it is coming here, but in this only integer, I think it will not display that. Anyway, that doesn't matter, because here what we want is the elements of those array is floating point or int. Now it is in float. We can just convert that to int by using this technique. And even we come to the creation of the array. Now we will visualize how the one dimension and two dimension and n dimensional array will looks like. That means how we can create those things. There is one technique. Okay, now I just need to clear this. I will just close this and I will open again. Okay. Now we will learn how to create like one dimension, two dimension, three dimension properly like that. Okay, so now I'm going to import numpy as np. Okay, numpy as np, and here in order to create the just one dimensional array, we will see one by one dimensional array. I'm going to call the variable name as 1d. Okay, 1d, one dimension. Okay, one dimension equals to numpy dot numpy. I imported numpy as np, so np dot array, and here, okay, this is the function. So I'm putting the that means normal brackets, and inside this we need to give the elements in the list. Okay, so that's why I just put one list, that means the square brackets, and here I need to give the elements. If it's a one dimension, it contains the one list like this, and here I need to specify like the elements of this arrays. No, not the elements of this one dimensional array. So if I click the enter, then you can see now if I check the 1d, okay, then you can see it is the one dimensional array, because it has just only one dimension. That means it is a line. This just one line means we are not going to consider x and y axis, because if we consider x and y, it becomes a two dimension. It is just a one dimension only, what to tell, just like this one. Even if we represent the line, then it takes x comma y. Just ignore one that means one axis. Only you can just take only one dimension. I think you understand what is this one dimension. Okay. Then if we come to the two dimension, that means something that we plot in the graphs, or something given the matrix. One dimensional means it is just a vector. Vector is like one dimension vector. Okay, then here two dimension means we can say the matrix, for example. Okay, then how to create this two dimension array means I'm calling that as 2d. Okay, two dimension equals to np dot array. Anyway, just if we follow these steps, then it is we can able to create the array very efficiently. That means it is easy to create one dimension, two dimension, three dimensions. Np dot array is a function, so you need to just put these brackets, that means normal brackets, and inside this okay, here if we put the one list, okay, this is one list. One list means it will become one dimension. If we write some elements here, then it becomes a one dimension, similar to this. If we put a nested list inside the list, that means a list which contains the another list, nested list. I think you understand what is nested list. Nested list means this is one list like this. This is one list, and inside that it contains some more list. That means 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. For example, this is my main list, and inside this I'm going to use one list, comma 2 and comma 3 like this. It means these are all the nested list. Okay, that means one list is here, and inside that like this 1, 2, 3 like that. If I just draw that in paint, I think you understand how this two dimension we can create. For example, now I have one list. This is my main list. Okay, one list, and inside that I'm going to have nested list. One is the element 1, element 2, element 3. Not the element, it's like you can see here when we compare these pictures to here, you can see this is one bracket, that is here this one, and okay, 1, and here is 2, and here is 3. So here one nested list, two nested lists, there's three nested lists. No, not three nested lists, three lists inside a list. Here we have, this is one main, and this is the sub list. So we can say that this is the nested list. That means a one list that will contain another list or set of lists. Okay, now if you put here comma another list, okay, if you put another list also, then it will become just a nested list which contains one main list and there are some sub lists. Okay, so that we can call this as a two-dimensional array. I'm going to repeat this. Yeah, now we can see this is a one list, and inside this I'm going to have another list and there's some set of list. Okay, now here I need to specify those elements 1 comma 2 comma 3 and okay, 4 comma 5 comma 6 and 2 comma 3 comma 6. Okay, and here yeah, 2 comma 8 comma 6, like this. Okay, now if I click the enter, you can see two dimension. Then if I click the enter, yeah, you can see it is comes in matrix. That means it has the one dimension like this. That means here you can see one dimension like this and another dimension like this, not like this. Yeah, it is not yeah, I think I can use this brush here. Yeah, one dimension is like this and another dimension is like this, so it becomes the two dimension. I think you understand how to how it is going to show this two dimension. Okay, then yeah, now we'll see it is the two dimension. How to create the two dimension? That is by using the nested list. And in order to create the three dimension, we need to use one main list, inside that another nested list, inside that another nested list. That means three dimension. Okay, THRE, three dimension. Three dimension equals to np dot array, and here, okay, this is the function, and here one list, that means the one dimension, and inside this I'm going to have another two. Okay, for example yeah, we have now, yeah, comma 3. That means 3 inside one list we have 3 sub lists. That means it is another nested list, and inside this we are going to have 1 and 2. Okay, 2, and here also 1 and 2, or yeah, 1 and 2 we will see. Okay, here also 1 and 2. That means now we did like in the three dimension what we did here. This is my main that means array, and inside this I created 1 and 2 and I think 2 or 3. How many created? Yeah, it is 1 2 3. Yeah, I created 3. Okay, so here 1 2 3 3 okay, this is the 3 lists, and inside this I created now 1 and 2. That means now we can see it is the here also 1 and 2, and here also 1 and 2. Now we can see this is one dimension, and here this is the 2 dimension, and here this is the 3 dimension. So we can say this as the 3 dimension. We'll visualize how it will going to create. Now I need to give this the elements. So 1 comma 2 comma 3, and here 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, instead of 1 comma 2 I will use different numbers, 2 comma 5 comma 6, and here 1 comma 4 comma 6, and here yeah 1 comma 6 comma 8, and here some numbers. Okay, 3 comma 7 comma 9, and here 1 comma 7 comma 5. Okay, you can use any numbers, and if I click the enter, now if we check the THRE 3 dimension, then you can see this is now in 3 dimension. Okay, it means one is this dimension, and yeah, one is this dimension, and there is this dimension, and another one is we can see that is not we cannot see in the screen, but it's like a 3 dimension. We can even create the multi-dimension, like n dimension we can create, but for our eye we can see only the 3 dimension till now. At present we can see only the 3 dimension. This is what we are looking now in the screen. This is the 2D, and yeah, here you can see the 3D like 3D structures. We can see that like that. Now it created the 3D array. Okay, then in order to add the two arrays. For example, if I have x equals to np dot array np dot array, and here I'm going to have 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, this is one array, and I have the another array called y equals to np dot array, and here I'm going to have something like 5 comma 6 comma 7 7. Okay, now if I want to add this, these two arrays, then I can use np dot con concatenate. Okay, np dot concatenate, np dot concatenate. Okay, this is the function, and here inside this it will going to take the two parameters. That is, one is the which are all the arrays that I need to give, and even here I'm going to declare that to z. Okay, z equals to np dot concatenate. It will going to take the two parameters. One is the which are all the arrays that we need to join, and another one is the axis. Okay, just leave about that axis. It is like here inside this comma, and here axis equals to, like this is the syntax. But now for a time being, this axis you just keep aside, and instead of axis, we will it will take its default. Now we will give here the arrays that we want to join, x comma y. Okay, why I am using two brackets means inside this one bracket it will going to take some other parameters. Here some axis is also there, so but I'm ignoring that. I'm not using that because it is going to take its default. That's why I'm using another bracket here. Now if I check z equal, now if I check the z, then you can see it is concatenated 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, I think we cannot do like x plus y. We will see. I think we cannot do like that together with shapes 4 comma 3. It will gives us the value error. We cannot do the addition. We cannot use the plus operator in Python in order to directly add those two in the numpy. In numpy you need to use this np dot concatenate, and here x comma y. Okay, now for example, if I have the array like x equals to np dot array, and inside this I'm going to now I'm going to define the two dimension. Okay, here and specify 1 comma 2 comma 3, and here 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, now I have like this, and what's that? List indices must be integer slices, not tuple. I think here I missed the comma. Am I right? I missed the comma. Now I think it will going to take properly. This is my now two-dimensional array. It has a row and the column, and even I have the another y equals to, and another I'm going to have like okay, y equals to np dot array, and here I'm going to have one dimensional array, that is okay, one dimension, that is 4 comma 7 comma 8. Okay, now y equals to np dot array 4 comma 7 comma 8. We have now x is this one and y is this one. Now if I want this 4 7 8, in order to concatenate this to the rows, that means here I want another row that contains the elements 4 7 8. That means we are going to concatenate x and y in such a way that this y becomes y, the x this y is added to the another row, not the column. It is not going to add the column because the column has only 2 elements, but here we have 3, so we can add that to the row, another row we can make, so that we can create the x as the 3 into 3 matrix. So for that, what we can do means and to use concatenate. So I think then here, okay, z no, we will just do on x only. X equals to np dot concatenate here x comma y. Okay, then I need to tell the axis. Axis means the dimension. Remember, in numpy, axis means dimension. When I say axis equal to 0, that means it is the only this dimension, one dimension. Axis equal to 0, that means the row dimension, and axis equals to 1, that is column dimension, and column dimension. Okay, now if I want to add this to row, so I can just tell comma here axis. I told it will going to take the two parameters. Now I need to specify x is equal to 0. Then what it will going to do means it will going to add x and y is added to the here, y is added to here. We'll check that whether it's going to add or not. Yeah, what it's giving, all the input arrays must have same number of dimension, but the array at index 0 has 2 dimension and array at index 1 has 1 dimension. What it is giving, we'll check with x is equals to 1. I think yeah, we'll check this. All the input arrays must have same number of dimension. That means in order to concatenate, I think all the input arrays must have same number of dimension, but the array at index 0 has 2 dimension and array at index 1 has 1 dimension. That means the dimension has to be same. If you want to add those two, then in order to concatenate, the dimension has to be same. But here you can see, here we have 1 dimension and here we have 2 dimension. I thought we can just add this to here in the row, third row, but it's not possible because it is giving us the error. So that we can conclude that in order to concatenate, we need to use the same dimension. If it's of different dimension, then it is not possible to concatenate, because we see here it is the 2 dimension and here it is the 1 dimension. Here y is of 1 dimension, so we cannot concatenate that. So now we will check, we will going to define another 2 dimension and we will concatenate. We will check whether it's possible to concatenate when the both dimensions are same. Okay, y equals to np dot array, and here I'm going to define the 2 dimension. So for that, yeah, not like this. Yeah, inside this I'm going to use 1 dimension. Yeah, now it becomes a 2 dimension, and here 1 comma 2 comma 6 and here 3 comma 7 comma 8. Okay, these are the another yeah. Now we will check. Now x is like this and y is like this. Now we will check whether it is possible to concatenate x and y, because both are in the same dimension. I think now it is possible to concatenate. np dot concatenate xy and x is equals to 0 will type. Yeah, now if you check the value of x, it is 1 2 3 3 4 5 1 2 6 and 3 7 8. Yeah, now we can say that it is possible to concatenate when these dimensions are same. That means here we can say it's a 2 dimension and here is 2 dimension. Then we can concatenate by using np dot concatenate. We'll just check what it will going to do if I just type yeah, now my x value is changed, but yeah, here you can see now I have the x is this one and y is this one. Now we will check, we will change this x is equals to 1. Yeah, but it is showing what error? All the input array dimensions for the concatenation axis must match exactly, but along dimension 0 the array at index 0 has the size 4, the array at index 1 has 2. That means it is showing here we can see here the y has the column 1 and 2, but here it has 4, 1 2 3 4. So we cannot concatenate like that. We cannot concatenate because here if we concatenated this to the columns, then it is like it will not going to complete the matrix, will not complete matrix. I think you are understanding this error, why it is giving this error. Index 0 has size 4, here it has the size 4, index 0. Okay, here index 0, here I specified axis equal to 1, 1 means column. Okay, column. Index 0 means now this one, this is my yeah, I'm going to use this what is that, yeah, index 0 means now this one. Okay, this is my index 0. Okay, this is the index 0, this one is the index 0 now. So this index 0 which has 4 elements, size of 4, and array at index 1, this is the index 1. Okay, it is the index 1, this has only the 2, so we cannot concatenate like this. So in order to concatenate, we need to make this even as 4. So what I'm going to do means yeah, if we add y with y, okay, I'm going to add now y equals to Okay, I'm going to concatenate y equals to y plus y, then it becomes 4, I think. Yeah, x is equals to 0 we will give, and here y and y we are going to concatenate. Now we can see the y becomes like this and x is like this. Okay, yeah, I think okay, now what is that? Yeah, let it be this, like. Okay, I think now we can see now. um, this one I'm going to remove this. Okay, for that uh, yeah, I think, yeah, now it's clear. So here this is now y and this now x. So now if you want to concatenate all these things here, that means if you want to concatenate this to the columns, we see how to concatenate to the row. But if you want to concatenate that to the columns, then we can just use okay, x equals to np dot concatenate x comma y, x is equals to 1. Now if we check the value of x, then you can see 1 2 3 3 4 5, all these things 1 2 3 3 4 5, and here this is concatenate to the columns. I think you are understanding how to concatenate to the rows and how to concatenate to the columns. In this way we can concatenate, and okay, I think you have understand about concatenating completely. Then the next comes the sorting. Okay, for example, if I have z equals to np dot array, and here I'm going to have the one dimensional array 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, yeah, I'm going to specify this in some random numbers 1 comma 8 comma 10 comma 2 comma 30 comma 6 comma 7, like this random numbers. Then if I want to sort the elements of these arrays in ascending order, then I can just make use of sort, np dot sort. Okay, that function np dot sort. For now, okay, np dot sort, and here we need to pass the which array we need to sort, z. Okay, then it will return us 1 2 6 7 8 10 30. I think you are understanding this. If I want to sort this array, now we have x is like this. Now if I want to sort this, then I can just make use of np.sort x. Then we'll see the difference. Now you can see it is 1 2 3 1 2 6. Yeah, it is just sorted 1 1 2 2 3 6 3 3 4 5 7 6. Yeah, it is just sorted. I think you understand this, how to sort the array. And even the deleting the elements in the array, that's very important, because we cannot simply delete like a del and something. That's not possible in here. We cannot able to delete like by specifying the index and like that. So we need to use np.delete. That means from numpy only the delete function is also there. So we need to use numpy.delete. For example, if I have x equals to z equals to here np dot array, and here I'm going to have some array like, okay, 1 comma 4 comma 3, some arrays. Okay, like this I have some array. It's the one dimensional array. Now if I want to delete the element which is at the index 2 or 3, if I want to delete the element at any of the index, then I can just make use of np. Okay, np dot delete, not del. Remember, in numpy it is not del. We need to write completely np dot delete, and here, okay, this is the function, and here we need to tell which array we are going to delete. That means z. Okay, z comma, and here which index. For example, if I want to delete this 65, that is 0th index, 1 2 3 4, it is at the 4th index, so I need to just type 4. Yeah, now it will going to return us the new array that do not contain this 4. Okay, now the fourth the element which is at the 4th index is not there. Okay, but I not assign this to z. You can see it is already 65 is there. Here I just typed that one. So if I just type z equals to, yeah, okay, z equals to np.delete z comma 4, then that element will be deleted and that new array is assigned to the z. Now if I check the value of z, then you can see 1 4 3 5 7 5. That means that 65 is going to delete. And if you want to delete the elements like 2 to 3 elements at a time. That means the element which is at the index, I don't want now 3, 5 and 7. These three I don't want. Then one way is you can delete like each time you need to specify its index and click enter. Click again, change that index and click enter like that. But we can delete all those things at a time. That's by just using np.delete, and here inside the list we need to specify, oh sorry, here comma z, and here inside the list we need to specify what are all the index values that we want to delete. For example, now if I want to delete this the 0 1 2 tooth index 2 3 4, then I'm going to just type 2 comma 3 comma 4. Then if I click the enter, then if I click the z value, you can see 1 4 5. That means the remaining got deleted. I think you understand about this, how to delete the multiple index values in the array. And next comes in two-dimensional arrays. Okay, so now I'm going to define one two-dimensional array. I think we already have TWOD. It is the two-dimensional. Yeah. Now if I want to delete, like if I want to delete this element, okay, if I want to delete this element, then there is one formula in order to find that means in order to find its index value. There is one small formula is there. Yeah, I'm going to write that in notepad. Okay, we can just make use of this. Index equals to, I think now it's visible, index value, index equals to okay, row into, that means the element, if we take this element, then it is in which row it is. The always remember, row means it starts from 0, and column also it starts from 0. 0th column, first column, second column, and row also 0 row, first row, second row, like that. So if I choose this 5, then it is in 0, it is the row. Okay, it is the row, like horizontal, that is called as the row. So here it is in first row, and because it is the 0th row and it is the first row and it is second row, like that. It is in first row, and it is 0th column and it's first column. So first row, first column means this element, first row, first column. It is not like our usual mathematics. There we are considering this as first row, second row, third row, first column, second column, third column. But here it will going to take a 0, 0th row, 0th column, like that. It is there. So here the formula is like row into total number of columns, number of columns, and plus column. That means the column of the element that we choose. So for example, if I want to delete this 5, okay, then what I have to do, this is, yeah, first I need to find its row and column. The row is this the first row and this the second row. No, it is our usual mathematics, but here it is the 0th row, it is the first row. So here okay, index equals to index, okay, I equals to what is the row here? The row is first row. So first row 1 into, and here what is the total number of columns? How many columns this matrix have? It has this the first column and this the second column. Okay, this is the first column and this the second column and this the third column. That means 3 columns it have. So here I have to write 1 star 3 plus which column I need to the element that we choose in order to delete that, which column I need to calculate that. So here it is in 0th column. I think, yeah, this again we made wrong, because it is not 3 column, it is 2 column, because column starts from 0. This is the thing we confuse. Okay, here it is 2 because yeah, here it is 2 because 0th column, first column, second column. So only 2 columns are there. And row, this is in first row. Okay, then column, the element 5 is in column, this the 0th column, first column. So it is here for 1. So what the value we got? 2 plus 1, that is the 3. Okay, now we got this as a 3. So now if I delete 3, okay, now what I'm going to do means here okay, np dot I'm going to assign it to some z equals to np dot delete, delete, and here we need to specify the array, which array I'm going to delete. So for that, array means uh, array name, that is 2d, twod, 2d, and here we need to specify, okay, 2d, okay, yeah, I think it's spelling wrong, 2d, and here I need to then specify the index, okay, index of the, yeah, here we need to just type the index that we calculated here. What we calculated is the 3, so here I need to just type 3, okay. Now I think if I click the enter, if we check the value of z, in the z, 1 2 3, 4 is deleted. Why the 4 is deleted? We will check here. It is 2 plus 1 is 3, okay. Yeah, we will check that. Why it's deleting 4 means, yeah, I got the reason why it's deleting 4, not 5, because here in our calculation what we assumed, it is a little bit different, okay. Row star number of columns, this in general, okay, this in general, yeah, it's in general, but here this row, remember this, when you are referring to the row and the column of this element where it is, that time you need to consider zeroth column and as well as the 0 rows. But here while calculating the number of columns, it is general, because number of columns means here how many columns it have, it has 3 columns. In generally we can tell like 3 columns, so here it is in general, okay. So now it has to be 3, okay. So now here we have 4. We will try this formula with all the things, and here, yeah, now it comes 4. Here I have two dimension, then you can see it is 1 2 3 4 5 6, yeah, it is the same thing. If I want to delete this 5, if I just type np.delete and here 4, then you can see the 5 got deleted. Now you can see there is no 5. And for example, if you want to delete this 6 which is here, yeah, 6 is confusing because everywhere 6 is there. So here if you want to delete the 8, okay, if you want to delete the 8, then now what we have to do means we will calculate that, okay. Here for the 8, the I equals to here the row, it is in which row, 0th row, 1st row, 2nd row and the 3rd row. That means yeah, row is the 3rd row, the 3 star, and here the number of columns in general, it is 3, then plus, and here the column, it is saying 0th column and the 1st column, so 1 I need to add. So 3 into 3 is 9, and 9 plus 1 is 10, so here that's equals to 10, okay. Then here okay, then here, yeah, I think now if we just type it 10, it will going to delete that. We will see z, yeah, now we don't have 8 here, it worked 1 2 3 4 5 6 2 3 6 2 6, we don't have 8. That means now this calculation is useful to in order to delete a specific element in the row or in the column, but it will going to return us the in a single dimension, because if we delete one element, that will lost, that dimension will be lost, so it will going to given that in a one dimension. I think you understand about this, okay. Don't worry, this formula I'm going to share with this with this video, okay. Then here if you want to delete the entire row or entire column, now I have this 2 dimension like this, okay. Now if I want to delete the entire row or entire column, if I want to delete, then I can just make use of np.delete, and here the name of the array, which is that it is a two dimension, and okay, comma, and here we need to specify the index of row or the column. For example, here this the here if I want to delete this row, okay, if I want to delete this row, then what is the index of this row? It is this the 0, this is 1, and this is 2. Index of complete row, okay, this is 2. So here I need to just type 2 and comma, we need to tell the this numpy that we are going to delete the rows. So for that we are using the axis. this is the 0. Okay, yeah, this row is the 0 and this is 1. So now we are deleting the row, so we need to use x is equal to 0. Axis x is equals to 0. Now we will check whether it will going to delete that or not. And here z equals to, okay, I'm using z. Now we will check z. Yeah, now I think 236 get deleted. You can see now 236 get deleted. Now if I want to delete this column 2538, the middle column, then I can delete just by using z equals to np.delete 2 dimension, and here the column index, that means it's the 0th column. Okay, yeah, it is the 0th column, and this is the 1 column, so 1, and here x is equals to 1, because now we need to delete the column like this. This is 0, cross horizontal is 0, this is 1. So now if I click enter and if we check the value, yeah, you can see the middle column gets deleted. So by this we can delete. I think now you understand how to create the 1D, 2D, 3D, then the n-dimensional arrays, and how to concatenate, how to delete the elements of the array in 2D, and how to specifically delete by using that formula, and is sorting, how to sort. I think you've understand about this. Thank you.